Hi Anne, this is Rebecca with your Assignment 3 critique. So great work on these album covers. Your concepts are really well thought out, and I'm glad that you were able to have some fun reminiscing about the 60s on this psychedelic cover. And I'm glad that you got to incorporate the Beatles, which was your favorite. Hopefully, you listened to some of it while you were to some of the Beatles while you were working on this cover. So um, let's see. So the things that are really successful in this image is like this nice sense of motion that you have going on with the waves, with them curling down like this and swooping in from the side and then curling back up. It just creates this little, whirlpool of motion that's really neat. That brings our eyes to the Beatles in the center. Um, I really love what you started here with these colors in Paul McCartney's eye. This is just really neat, as well as this wave kind of washing into John Lennon's face a little bit. So those were really cool effects that I kind of would have liked seeing taken to the next level, or continued a little more or something like that. This text treatment with the motion that you have going on here is nice because it works well with the waves. I think that I would like to see the Beatles over the word return because of how this curves like this. I think it would fit really nicely over there. And then, so they're stacked on top of each other and then just blown up, stretched as large as the width of this canvas. So it almost takes up the bottom third or bottom 2/5 of the canvas because um, that was one of the things that was so great about those early album covers is that the text was just so prominent and like so important in the design. Um, and here it kind of feels like you know it's like almost an afterthought. So I recommend really making it big and making it stand out some more. I don't think it needs this bevel and emboss effect, but I do like the outline, the gray outline. So so if you still have the effect and you could turn it off, I think that that would be um, it would work a little bit better because they didn't really use that effect back then because that's a Photoshop effect and they didn't have it. So um, I also am a little, the red is like clashing a little bit for with this pink up here. So I recommend choosing a different color. Even bringing in some of the yellow from this eye, that might work out well in the text. The green does not need to be there. I think that the image is great without this fluorescent green edge. Um, and I think that making the Beatles even larger is an option that you might want to explore. The only thing that I noticed is this white corner of this picture over here. So I recommend cutting that out. Just trace along John Lennon's shoulder and head and just delete that section of that layer. Maybe even back here behind Paul and George here, just cut those out. Even here behind Ringo and John Lennon, get all that white out of there and just let the background show through that. It'll look a little more collagey that way. So other than that, great concept. Let's move on to the punk album cover. This one's really hard for me to look at, which is the most the point I think. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so and I remember seeing this on the news, and I was wrecked for the rest of the night. But I mean, I think that you did a really wonderful job incorporating things that are happening with us today um, within this piece of work. I mean, that's what art's all about, and that's really, like you said, what punk album covers were trying to do was just put things in your face that people didn't really want to face. So I think that I really commend you for being brave and doing something like this and making us you know uh, not turn our backs on this event and everything that's going on. And like your classmates said, the use of stacking the different newspaper titles and article titles was really great. um, I like that the background skull is a little hard to tell what it is. It's kind of subliminal in a way. And yeah, the The only thing that I see here is kind of the use of the feathering tool. I'm just getting technical as opposed to talking about the content. Um, in punk album covers, they really cut things out, so I would recommend cutting out the figures with like your lasso tool, just like a quick, easy selection, not like a clean selection, and cutting them out and avoiding all this like foggy kind of soft eraser brush tool that you have going on, because that's not quite as characteristic of the genre. So that's the only thing. Just more hard edges and less soft blending. Other than that, great job. I'm going to switch pictures because that is really hard for me to look at, but great work on both of these, and keep up the fantastic progress. I'm so proud of your work.